as you may well know, over the last decades in Turkey, the government, along with the media, didn't hesitate to label anyone who has dared bring up the topic of the Armenian genocide as a traitor to the nation, to drag them from courtroom to courtroom. There were criminal investigations against me, against Hrant Dink, and against Orhan Pamuk, other intellectuals of Turkey, not to mention even to assassinate. One can therefore draw the conclusion that to be outspoken about the Armenian genocide is to be considered a threat to Turkish national security. One may understandably ask why. Before answering this question, though, I have to add that this is not just the view of the political elite or an ultra-nationalist terror organization, it also underpins the legal decision-makings. In a judgment in 2007 against two Turkish Armenian journalists, Arat Dink, son of assassinated journalist Hrant Dink, and Sarkis Seropyan, who received suspended sentences of a year imprisonment for using the term genocide, the Turkish court stated, I'm now quoting from the verdict of the court, quote, talk about genocide, both in Turkey and in other countries, unfavorably affects national security and the national interests. And the court continues. The claim of genocide has become part of and the means of special plans aiming to change the geographic political boundaries of Turkey, and a campaign to demolish its physical and legal structure, end quote. So then, due to the national security concerns of Turkey, the court declared that the claim of genocide in 1915 is not protected speech. To quote again from the indictment, the use of these freedoms can be limited in accordance with aims such as the protection of national security, of public order, of public security of Turkey, end quote. The situation is not much different in the United States. Whenever the Armenians bring a resolution on the floor of the Congress, you hear always the same argument. We cannot accept the genocide because of our United States national interest in the Middle East. So United States has a security interest in the Middle East, and because of this reason, they cannot accept the genocide claim. Indeed, it would appear that, as the court stated, using the term genocide unfavorably affects the national security and national interest of Turkey and United States, and I'm sure you will hear the same arguments here in Australia also if Armenians bring the same resolution to the floor of the parliament. We have two sets of arguments here, which are brought up in opposition to one another. National security versus morality, or in a very different way, realists versus moral fundamentalists. The realists emphasize national security concern of their country, Australia, Middle East, United States, Middle East, national security concern of these countries. And on the other side, we have fundamentalist moralists emphasizing the supremacy of morality against real interests. The point that I want to make here is that pitting national interest against morality as mutually exclusive is just plain wrong. In fact, what I really believe is that, as the recent developments in the Middle East clearly teaches us, any security policy in the region that excludes morality cannot be a realistic policy and even undermines national security. Indeed, if one knows Turkey and the Middle East, one would easily recognize that history and historical injustices are not just dead issues from the past. The past is present in the Middle East. So therefore, morality is a very real issue, and for realpolitik to be successful in the region, moral values in this instance, the specific one of acknowledging historic wrongdoings, must be integrated into a policy of national security.